Okay, folks, even on a closer inspection, this word bridegroom, it's interesting. When you go look this up on the internet or in the definition in the dictionary, it has nothing to do with female. But when you look up bridegroom in the original Greek, it's interesting because it has nothing to do with male. It has nothing to do with the male counterpart. It has to do with the female, which is kind of interesting because you would think bridegroom would be the Lord, right? Because it says, "And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him." And so you would think meeting him would be meeting the Lord, right? Look up the word, the original Greek here for the word bridegroom, and take a look at this. Very interesting. Very interesting here. So down at the bottom here, this is the Greek word for bridegroom. And as you can see, let me see if I can bring up the... First of all, you see that bride and groom is separated. If you look at the Greek word, nymphos, that's female. But then if you look at the literally or figuratively bridegroom, okay, let's look at a little deeper. Let's go a little deeper on this word. And then let's look this up. Check this out. This is what it means. To veil as a bride. To veil as a bride. Compared to Latin nupto, to marry. A young married woman as veiled, including a betrothed girl, by implication a son's wife, bride, daughter-in-law. So this really is more so what I was saying and what the Lord was showing my pastor. The bridegroom, this has more to do with just the Lord. And again, I do believe the reason they're saying bridegroom is because, well, you know, it's hard to say, because when you look at the original Greek word for bridegroom, it doesn't mean just the Lord by himself. So you can't really say, well, the people are expecting the Lord to return and they're the bride. The revelation, the word that is here is, and remember, this was a parable, right? This is not literal. There's not literally going to be a people that are going to say, "Behold, the bridegroom cometh." So this is a parable. And in this parable, the Lord likens the bridegroom to being the bride as a veiled bride. So this word in itself is a revelation. This is a revelation of the Lord with his bride. This is beautiful. This is really beautiful. This is spectacular. This is so beautiful. Because the word itself that God chose to use in this parable, it reveals to us that this is not speaking of just the Lord himself, even though it says, "Go ye out to meet him." Reason I believe it says, "Go ye out to meet him" instead of them, is because they've become one. If you look at Revelation, where it speaks of the marriage of the Lamb, you'll notice it doesn't say, let's go ahead and take a look at this in Revelation. Notice what it says here. Let us be glad and rejoice. Let me see if I can give this to you here. Hang on one moment. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife hath made herself ready. But notice here, let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him. It doesn't say let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to them, even though that they have become one. And I believe that this is a revelation in itself, just as much as we don't want people to see us, right? We want them to see Jesus. And our lives are to be hidden in Christ. And so the more we become one with the Lord, the more the people should see Jesus, not see us, right? So this is a revelation in itself. Let us give honor to him. And then it also says in that verse we were just looking at, the marriage of the Lamb is come, or excuse me, in the verse that we were looking at before that, it doesn't say at midnight, let us go out to meet them. It says, let us go out to meet him. So that's because she has become one with him. And that Greek word, nymphe, lets us really see that that is the case, that is the revelation. Because it doesn't say anything there about a man or about the male or about the Lord as far as him in the Greek. What it talks about actually is a bride that's veiled. So let us go out to meet him because he's become one with her. And when you see her, you've seen him. You understand? It's not the other way around. When you see him, you see her. She's hidden in him. She's become one with him. In other words, when you look upon her, the bride, you're not going to see her. You're going to see him. She's in him. She's hidden in him. She's become one with him. Boy, what a message for the flesh, huh? What about me? Isn't there anything for me? Well, yeah, you get to be one with him. You get to be in him. You get to be one with him. See, there's no pride there. There's nothing to be seen. No self-centeredness. She's completely lost in him. I was thinking of that song the other day. Maybe I'll sing a little bit of it here for you. And I've looked it up I can't find it on the internet anywhere. But the words go like this. Take all of me. Take all of me. I'm holding back nothing. Take all of me. Take all I am and make me what I ought to be. I'm holding back nothing. Take all of me. Now, I never said I was a good singer. But listen, folks, the message is to be consumed, become one with him. He that is joined to the Lord is one spirit. And that is so revealed in this Greek word. Go out to meet him, but when it speaks of the bridegroom, that's what I found interesting is when I looked up this word in the definition, it has nothing to do with the bride. Has nothing to do with the Lamb's wife, or the wife, I should say, in a physical marriage here on this earth. But when you look up the Greek word for bridegroom, it doesn't mean the same thing. So in that sense, the translation has been lost, but it wasn't lost in the King James Version. It's there. It's just a revelation. The Lord desires to become one with us. And when we truly have become one with Him, even as Jesus said, when you've seen me, you've seen the Father. Right? So when the world sees the bride, they shouldn't see the bride. They should see Jesus. So that's what I believe the Lord's revealing. God bless you.